What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. This week we've got kind of a crazy new deck for you, although it's not like super new. If you remember a couple months ago, probably now, I don't remember exactly when it came out, but I released a deck that was trying to take advantage of the new Meek synergy with Mary, Faithful Servant, and it used 3 copies of this big dude, Legion of Angels. And we're kind of revisiting that strategy because the newest card available in Redemption gameplay, I guess, uh, is Humble Seeker. The national promo that came out was the participation promo at Nationals. So if you were at Nationals, you got one for each category that you completed. And let's go ahead and read it real quick. You can exchange it with a Meek hero from deck, reserve, or discard pile. It protects Meek heroes and lost souls from an evil brigade of your choice. Cannot be prevented. So there's a few cool things about this card. I mentioned a few of them in the spoiler video that I did a while back when this was spoiled, and a few other of the national promos were spoiled at that point, and also some of the GOC kind of like snippet spoilers that we had been getting at that point. At this point, we're getting full card spoilers, which is pretty exciting. Um, but yeah, this one definitely some cool stuff here. It's protection, which is something that, or like blanket protection, is something that was kind of we're kind of trying to avoid in making cards these days. So no more like Angel to the Oak, that kind of stuff, where it's just like protect from opponents, especially on heroes, I guess. But this one is limited in a way. I mean, for one thing, it's only cannot be prevented. So because the protection is activated in battle, any interrupt the battle ability will still interrupt it because it's an ongoing ability that was activated in the battle. So even if you exchange in somewhere where Humble Seeker is no longer in play, which are the only targets for the exchange, then you will still be able to, or the ability will still be able to be interrupted. Um, and it's definitely not as dangerous, I guess, as Angel of the Oak because it's for one, it doesn't draw. That's a big thing. It's not cannot be negated, so it's only cannot be prevented, which is cool because it gets around things like Coliseum and whatnot that stop hero abilities, or I guess stop protect abilities in specifically Coliseum, but something like Confusion of Mind would also it would work through that, which is cool because if you're using a Meek offense, Confusion of Mind, you kind of just get to laugh at your opponent because your heroes aren't doing anything anyway. But here in Humble Seeker only exchanges with Meek heroes, so you don't really get the benefit of like exchanging to Gideon, and then if you're using the Cloud Gideon, getting to use the ability on him to search your deck for Faith of Gideon or whatever. A lot of times it was the no special ability Gideon, but the only reason that was really good was because of Samuel's Edict, which has now rotated out. So what are we doing differently with this deck? As you can see, Humble Seeker involves music, so might as well play Music Leader, right? Make sure that we can keep on getting Humble Seeker out. We're also running the other Meek synergy protection stuff. Since I made that deck, Nehemiah the Vigilant has also come out, who says protect Meek cards from evil cards. Oh, and the other thing about Humble Seeker is that it only protects from an evil brigade, one evil brigade that you get to choose. So if your opponent is playing 2 different evil brigades, if you don't know what brigades your opponent is playing yet because it's the first turn or something, then it's limited in that way as well. So it's not just opponents, but it's an evil brigade. Nice part is it also protects lost souls, so you kind of get the 2 sides there. Anyway, Nehemiah protects Meek cards from evil cards, and he lets you exchange with a post-exilic hero in territory. So a lot of times it's going to be Zerubbabel, who, if he's already Meek, then you just protect him that way. If he's not, then you convert him to Meek to draw 2, and you get to either band or play a post-exilic hero from deck, which is going to be Akeem pretty much all the time. Or what you can also do is you can attack with Zerubbabel, convert him to Meek, band to Nehemiah, and then you get to play a good OT Fortress from deck, which, as you can see, we've got a few of those in this deck that we would like to play, especially Goshen, because we're doing Meek synergy, so we're going to include some of the or pretty much all of the good Meek synergy cards. We've got Matthew's Begats over here, we've got Book of the Law, and then of course Mary And then Joseph in here just to make our Legion of Angels or Zerubbabel or Noah, super big, and then protected by Mary, or I guess probably wouldn't be protected by Humble Seeker at that point because you're attacking with Joseph. So um, other cool things in here, as you can see, we've got a little bit of a Job package kind of added on. I figured it might be kind of fun because we're already going to be using love and joy and hope in here. So, and as you can see, we're running the Holy Spirit. So, kind of a little fruity combo there as well. So, if we're already running these cards, which I'll get to the reason why we are, but then we might as well run peace as well. And then Job just kind of fits in there real nice, and he's protected from capture and discard. So, it's just kind of a little like flexibility plan, I guess. Like there are a lot of different avenues that you can go with this, I guess. But the reason that we're running love is partially because if you remember in the older video, we had the little combo where we can do love to and joy on Mary and then make her cannot be negated. That's not really it wasn't really worth it because you have to either like set Mary aside or attack with her, which neither of which, I mean, setting aside is okay, but attacking with her is kind of don't really want to do that. But if you put joy on Humble Seeker, suddenly it cannot be negated. It moves from cannot be negated to cannot be prevented, which is arguably not the best, but it's only one evil brigade and it's a 2-card combo, so pretty much what I would have to do is you have to do Humble Seeker, exchange to Legion of Angels, and then you can use the Legion of Angels trigger to, or for Holy Spirit to go search for joy once again, and then hope your opponent searches or something so that you can use Music Leader to search for Humble Seeker. So it's going to be a little bit reliant on your opponent. It's not like a consistent every turn kind of thing. And Humble Seeker also doesn't exchange with your territory, so you have to somehow get your heroes back into your deck or your reserve, or let them be discarded or something, which is why we have one Legion of Angels in the deck, one in the reserve, and we also have just a few other Meek options that we can go with. Legion of Angels is really the only good New Testament one at this point anyway, so we'll see how good the Holy Spirit is here, how many triggers we actually get off of it. And then with love, we're also running the CareBear combo. That's kind of what the defensive goal is here. We've got some battle winners and good crimson stuff, a few animal things, stubborn heifer, which I think I'm hypothesizing. I haven't tested the deck yet, or even tested straight up animals yet in rotation, but I think stubborn heifer is going to be good in rotation. I'm hoping anyway. It's a little bit tough to go with Job because then you're exchanging evil cards for Job and you're losing evil cards of stubborn heifer. But with the loss of things that cannot be negated, stubborn heifer could be pretty good in the meta, I think. I don't know. We'll see. You also have to have another animal out, so as long as I have serpent or bear, fire foxes, I've got Leviathan and Behemoth in here in reserve, so I think we'll be alright with that. But if you're not sure what the CareBear combo is, I think it was Simon Miller who brought it up in Discord the other day, and I was like, yeah, that would actually be kind of a fun little defense to try with this deck and see how it does in rotation. Basically, you block with bear, and either you're losing by the numbers or your opponent tries to remove you, but if bear is discarded, then you can heal it with love. Because it's an animal, it doesn't convert, so love will just fizzle, go to the discard pile, and bear will just be healed, going back, and since it's not discarded, then it will protect lost souls from rescue. So that's kind of the idea here. We have to kind of work around my opponents having stuff that protects lost souls or something, or like a Colosseum or something that would negate bear. That would be unfortunate, but that's why we have kind of our contingency plans here, like Seized by Babylon, Scattered, and Serpent's Curse, Carcasses, and Reserve, which I think could be decent. Lots of multi-brigader dual icon characters out there these days, and if you can just discard them, cannot be negated, that's pretty good in the meta right now. Let's see, lots of flexibility in the reserve here, but I'm also playing so that I'm not like super reliant on having access to it in the first turn. So all of the things in here are kind of just whenever I get them, I get to them. It would be nice to get to them first turn if I need to, like, coming with Abraham to get out my Job or something, but it's also not absolutely necessary. And actually, I'm wondering if Bethlehem would be better in here than Covenant with Abraham. Actually, if I put Bethlehem in here, then I would also want Covenant with Abraham, because Bethlehem is a nice way to get your heroes back into your reserve. So, I don't know. I haven't played the game yet, so I might switch something in there, and I'll maybe mention that during the game if I do. But I thought 7th Seal would be kind of cool because it's another little way to work with Bear. It also works around some of the protection stuff with King of Tyrus and Red Dragon, the demons that are kind of annoying. And then if you activate it, I can also search my reserve for Feast of Trumpets if I need to deal with one of their pesky artifacts, or if I need to grab one of my other artifacts from reserve. So if I activate Book of the Covenant, grab 7th Seal, activate 7th Seal, go grab Feast of Trumpets, play it to go grab my Covenant Philistia, activate Covenant Philistia, take an animal, draw 2 cards. I'm getting like 5 cards out of my reserve, 2 cards off the top of my deck, all from Book of the Covenant. That seems pretty good, right? I don't know. Once again, the deck is 57. I've been doing that a lot lately just because, I don't know, I think this deck is kind of a little bit janky and needs like a whole lot of cards to kind of pull it all together. It's not really meant to be like a super competitive deck, so I'm not really worried about cutting it down to 50 cards. But if you want to try it out and you want to, see what works, see what doesn't, and cut it down, that's perfectly fine with me. You can go check out the deck list in the description below. But for now, we're going to get on to the game, which is going to be with John Hendrix, because, it only seems reasonable that he had me on his most recent episode of the podcast, episode 2, which is, basically a brand new podcast he started last week, called The Threshing Floor. There's also a link to that in the description below, so go check that out if you haven't already. Lots of cool stuff on there, just kind of talking about redemption and state of the game, especially with all of the recent changes lately. So cool stuff coming out from him every week, I think, is kind of what he's planning to do. But obviously, us content creators kind of gotta get in the rhythm of things, and sometimes we get busy because this isn't our jobs; it's just a hobby. So. But I'm happy that we were able to get in a game this week as well, and I'm hoping that the game will be fun. So enjoy. Welcome, John. Let's get into the game here.
Of course, I would get exiled. Playing with the new reserve rule. I thought about taking it out. I took Hunter out, or not Hunter. Hunter and Remnant out.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
Exile still backfired on me.
But I mean, maybe if you got a way to reset it, like Sheol or something, you can use it later, right?
Possibly.
Wow, this is a really weird start.
A lot of counter souls.
What's that? Yeah.
Counter souls making a comeback.
All right. Can't see my roll. Oh, okay, there we go. I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 3, so you decide.
You know what? I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay.
Feeling generous.
I'm gonna discard your top card and top deck a Pit Fortress from deck.
Really? The Humble Seeker. It's the one card I was hoping to show everybody. It's alright, he might be able to come back somehow. Or, I guess I shouldn't really say he. I don't know if our symbolic characters are genderless, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Well, I did tell everyone about your podcast in the intro, so you can don't feel any pressure to have to plug it during the game, but obviously you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to the shameless plugs.
Uh-oh. New throne. I don't even remember what this one does. Each upkeep you can take a good king from deck. If you do not, you can look at the top X cards. I kept one. Alright. That's not too bad.
Alright, put that on top, and I guess it's on you.
I don't think I really, well, the star I can't do even if I wanted to, so I guess I won't do that. So,
No, I just realized that if you get exiles and then you have because you get to choose the order that you do your soul. So if you did prosperity, discard a star card, you could get it back with exiles immediately,
true, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or
Or
I
if
guess
you
it
use
does
the,
have some kind of usage.
what's that?
Like I said, I guess it does have some kind of usage in
Yeah,
the opening hand,
yeah,
depending
that's
on what
true.
else you get.
Same with Remnant, if your opponent, like plays a hero off of mana or Father Abraham or something.
Yeah, Remnant, considering it does the same thing as Flying Scroll, but you can get Flying Scroll triggered off of Endless Treasures at any time, plus a draw two. Eh.
Yeah,
Plus you can't Son of God on the Flying Scroll. You
right.
can't lose well, you can't lose it either. It's out of
Yep.
play.
Like paying taxes or something.
Yeah. All right. So I have no souls to trigger you, no souls. So I guess I will start the turn here.
It's all you. I should bring this up.
Now's a good time to say this is a terrible hand.
What's that?
I said now's a good time to say this is a terrible hand. So I'm going to play Damascus as a fortress. So when you search your deck, I can draw one. And I increase my hand size by one.
Seems good.
And let's see. Put down Gotham. Reverence and Awe.
Gonna search for throne.
That I just top decked. I don't know, there might be a better option.
See, that's why I wanted you to go first, so that you wouldn't be able to draw your throne right away when I knew you were gonna top deck it.
Yeah.
Pro plays. Oof, it's a good thing Reverence and Us says accept heroes. Can't banish my Humble Seeker.
With the fact that Covenant of Prayer is about to make a comeback, I'm gonna pretend like it doesn't have that ability. Try to get somebody Son of God so you give them an extra use.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like Covenant of Prayer people generally use it like early on in the game. So if it's like later in the game and they play Son of God and not Second Coming, then playing Reverence and Awe, like it's kind of a high risk, high reward kind of thing.
I guess I will get the throne. And I am now realizing that I forgot to put a certain card in here.
Uh-oh. Storehouse.
Oh, it's of Jerusalem.
Oh. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, for the battle extension. That was like the whole plan here.
That one does seem pretty good, but yeah, when you first said that, I was like, wait, that's an evil fortress. It's not even a rotation. I was like, oh, right, there's a new one. This is one theme that I haven't really played a whole lot with, like the Kings of Judah, battle extension thing. It seems good, but
And see, here's where you get into the reserve access actually hurting. So the hero that I have out here has a really good ability. Convert to Meek, take any good card. It's almost so good that Derek on the podcast last episode was they should really limit that. They should make it go and target a specific card, but it can add any card. But you know what, Derek? I can't get to the card. You know why? Because the stupid reserve rule.
See, that's the thing, is like, I feel like broader reserve
So
abilities actually make more sense if it's supposed to be like a sideboard thing, though. Yeah. It's like, if I got options in
yeah,
my reserve that I want to grab. But if it's just like one specific card, then the card's only in my reserve for that reason. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you can still
mm,
ban. You got that going for you.
yeah. Ban. You got somebody I can ban too?
I wish.
I I guess I will. There is no wrong threat, only a wrong answer. So I will push with that guy. 12-8, not using his ability.
um, hmm. It's a 12-8. I
That's
think
another thing
this this
with
seems.
falling away out of the card pool. If you get one of these early on big numbers guys and it just happens to walk in, there's no making up for that later on.
It does seem pretty good, but do have a blocker here. I'm gonna try to negate and capture your Jotham.
Hmm. I will play in the weirdest way ever. I will play the Lord provides just to negate it.
Yep, that makes sense. All right, so now you're 17-10. Um, what are the odds you have another negate? I think the play is just to underdeck Jotham here. So I mean, hey, it's a little bit better than capture.
Okay, I'll let you win.
Yes, I get to draw three. I'm glad you negated it now, so that I got to draw three.
Yeah. And you got to burn a negate.
True.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm good.
All good. All right, let me find a hero. Ooh. Um, all right, let's go ahead and start off with wages, I think. Go ahead and get this Sheol going. Send that to the bottom.
So I go +1. And you
Yep,
from Damascus.
yep. So put down Sheol. Put that one down. And how do we want to do this here? Hmm.
If you didn't get a hero, you can just go ahead and use your I am creator.
Actually, I did find a hero. I'm gonna activate my Book of the Law, and we're
Where's you use
gonna
that?
bounce my Babylonian Siege Army. I'm going to put down a stubborn heifer and a serpent. And then this isn't normally what I think she's used for, but we're going to attack with the Meek Mary.
No falling away really makes the first one free strategy not work anymore.
Hey, I mean, you can still try it, you know. Gotta test it for, you know, posterity. Also, I just realized that I put down stubborn heifer into your distress. That was a mistake.
Okay, so to avoid you hiding the one soul that you have out, I'm just going to use this guy. Can't take or equip. Because it's still your first turn, so first round.
Yep.
Not going
So,
to exchange him, so I will get initiative because your 5 is matching his 5, and I'm not beating your 10.
or I'm a 6/7 because of
Oh,
on the Meek
Meek
side.
side. Oh, okay.
Um, so you can block differently if you want to. Sticking with it.
I am. I guess I'll exchange it then. Let you have the soul. I guess we're just going with that guy.
Goliath seems
Seems
good.
decent.
All right. So she gets kicked back. I do get to still trigger Book of the Law, and then also Sheol. Um, Not sure which of those would go first.
I think you choose on both.
Probably. Is it blocked from hand? Search. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure.
I would say if you have to do one before the other, then Book of the Law seems like it would go first. Because the block happened before technically
Right.
the search. It's just there was an exchange involved, which then triggered shield after the block from hand.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think
I don't
there's
know,
anything
Marcus.
that really helps me with the battle here. Um, I think I'm just gonna grab delivered. And then I'm going to yeah, we'll underdeck Forsaken, and I will yeah, that's all because I'm not presenting a new hero.
I will draw one from Damascus.
Yep. Actually, Goliath's negating it.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Then I will not draw.
Um, Alright, discard phase. Let's go ahead and play delivered. We'll grab. This one seems pretty good. I have to go to my deck, so we'll underdeck it to take this one. Oops.
So that would be.
There we go.
That does trigger Damascus.
Yes. Oh, and I drew a lost soul too.
It was twice, right? The play and then.
Yeah,
You
because I
delivered
searched
the
once
other
was delivered and then once with endless treasures. Yep.
Cool.
Damascus. What a
You
card.
said you need treacherous lands.
Basically, yeah.
Land.
Um,
I figure that would be pretty good with people having to search from their deck a lot more at the beginning of the game. So if you can get that early, which I got lucky with,
that's
you
true.
can't really
Yeah.
control it. The
Yep.
only real way to guarantee you get a site like this, like a single brigade, would be like Covenant of Abraham or Covenant with Abraham, but you can't really use that anymore.
Yeah. Because it goes to reserve.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? Let's just. Yeah, we're gonna need to do it eventually, and you already played Reverence now, so we'll go ahead and rescue the Distressed here.
All right.
And then I'll pass the turn. I don't have a fancy Damascus to let me hold 9 cards, so I had to get down to 8 with that.
You could have a fancy Damascus.
I could, I just need like a Caleb or something that can just take yours.
Okay, well, can I borrow one of your evil cards to, or one of your cards to this card? For prosperity. 'Cause I like all mine.
Just pick one at random, it'll be fine.
You would probably enjoy that.
You don't have to do it. Maybe I'm holding Foreign Wives, and you don't want to draw the extra cards.
I don't care about foreign wives. I will discard that.
Overrun. Yeah, it's not going to be very good anyway. My heroes will all be protected by Humble Seeker eventually.
Upkeep, I may take a good king from deck, so I'm going to do that.
Yep.
Seems like I might need one. Now, which one to get? Oh, this guy's pretty good.
Ooh. It's not the David I was expecting. Guess we'll go ahead and throw this Humble beneath my deck.
I'll play my Mary.
Hey,
I'll be the ability side.
seems good. Too bad she says your Meek heroes. Yes, if she protected my Mary. I feel like that'd be cool, right?
Part of me says no. Just part of me. You're gonna have to run the almost staple fortress Ark of Salvation for that. You know, the one that works with everything except for the theme that it includes. Although I do think there is something you could do with Meek Shem and the Noah the Righteous and the top decking Genesis cards with both Jeshua and
And Rue.
uh, yeah, the Shepherd,
Mm-hmm.
where you a draw two every time you go into battle, plus grab a battle winner or something. And you could pair that with the Throne of Grace to grab the mono blue Genesis enhancements and just pitch those every time because CBN battle winners are not very common now with rotation.
Yeah.
And you get Book of the Law, you get potentially Mary to protect them. Plus Ark of Salvation holds Covenant with Philistia, which is a draw two, and you can use Behemoth, which is cannot be prevented to get through Noah's prevent. And you can keep recycling it with Storehouse.
It's true. Yeah, you got a whole deck there already.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them in my head. They just never get built with the whole podcast thing and kind of putting time into getting that set up. I have
Yeah.
This is the first quote unquote rotation deck that I've
Well,
thrown together.
you can just send your ideas over to me, and I'll just whip them together for a video or something.
Okay, so we're going to go boom.
Solomon's Dream.
Oh, I forgot that just that quick, I did forget that I have reserve access now.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
No.
get that guy. Of course.
Seems alright. Hmm.
You want to put the Punisher up?
I'm kind of tempted to.
Or you can put my Exiles up. So I can get my Solomon's Dream back.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna underdeck your Punisher. Hopefully I don't get punished for that.
I get it. So do all the dads out here. I guess at this point, if I'm going to search, now's the time to do it because you can't hurt me more than you
Yep.
already have.
All my souls are gone.
I'm going to play Delivered. Endless Treasures. So technically it gets under deck. So it would be just blended into the shuffle, right?
Yep, as long as you're activating one from your deck.
Oh, I forgot. Reserve access again. We'll go here. Confusion of mind. You want to discard?
Um,
Probably not with that Meek Mary over there.
but maybe I want to flip her around, Nah, we'll deal with it for now.
Okay, so draw two. That's gone.
I get rid of the Punisher, and you're just like, oh, we gotta. He wants his heroes to work. Just shut that
Yeah.
down.
You have to layer the counters. You can't just throw one or two out. You gotta have like 6 or 7.
Yep.
6 or 7 with the ability to get 3 in play at a time. Pretty solid. So offering your son's gonna get shuffled to grab a familiar card.
Wow.
Just turn this over. You don't know it's here.
What is this card?
Play him Meek. Play him ability side.
This is just
And I
like
guess I
all the best heroes from LOC.
yeah, it's LOC only. It almost is, I guess.
Yeah, man, yeah, you got
I mean, I'm not crazy.
Legacy
I do
Rogue
have
Goliath in
dominance in
there.
here. Yeah, but I do have dominance in here. I'm not crazy.
Darn.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to put this down as a fortress, even though that hurts my heart. And then I'm going to deactivate this after I've gotten my draw two. Activate this one to bounce this guy. Put this guy back down. And then I'll play Mayhem.
Oh. Well, alrighty then. Ooh, you got one.
It's the return of the. Oh no. Punisher.
Man.
What to do, what to do. I think I'm going to go in with Noah. Invert, and I can shuffle a card. Accept a human. I will shuffle your. Yeah, Serpent.
Oh, that makes sense.
Sorry. And then, so Book of the Law. If my Meek hero attacks, I can top deck a good card from reserve. I don't know that I want to do that, but I will not do that.
Seems smart. Preventing cards. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good enough.
Nice. Noah putting in work.
Well, or like Mayhem putting in work, but I guess Noah can take some credit.
Yeah. It would have been okay if you wanted to block from hand, though, and give me the surge.
Yeah, I might have done it just to tempt you into searching into Sheol.
And I probably would have done it since it's early in the game. The defeat doesn't seem so close. So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and pass.
Alrighty then. Well, guess we've got a couple of star abilities to use here. We'll look at your hand and your reserve.
You will not.
Wait a minute.
I wish that I had. I do have the crowd. Is it called Crowd's All Solar Protector? I don't know. The one that if you
I
count
call it
4
crowds.
Yeah,
like-
I think it's got like two names.
Yeah. Now look, hey, it's Storehouse.
I've decided that with the 11 First Light deck and using that soul in that deck, that I really like it better than Storehouse. Because Storehouse isn't an immediate benefit. You have to wait. You have to get it in play.
Right.
And you can start using that immediately. Plus, you replace your draw.
Yep. A little bit easier to
Immediate.
deal with though, because I mean, Son of God is a.
Yeah, but
kind of just do
everything
whatever.
everything can negate Storehouse now.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, you got High Priest Plot coming out. Did God really say? You got Woes.
True. Oh man.
I guess. I mean, not a lot of people are running it, but Shipwreck.
Just
There's a
a
lot of answers for
just a handful of defense.
it.
Um, bringing fear, wages, chronicles, messenger. Messenger plus Goliath seems okay.
When you get done looking at my hand and go into your prep phase, I'd like to play a dominant, by the way.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so you're in prep phase.
Yep.
Okay. I'll play this as evil so that you can't play your good territory class.
Seems reasonable. I mean, I can still play them.
Since you have both of them.
They're just negated.
Yeah. Yes, please go ahead and play them now and not in discard phase.
That would take out your Book of the Law there as well.
Sacrifices have to be made.
Alrighty then. Well, let's put down this Goshen. And
I really like Goshen.
yeah, it's seems pretty good.
Never quite got to pull off adding the Meek Lammy from the starter deck into Philistines to catch the people unsuspecting because it's just a Meek character.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that for a while, but
It just in theory it seems really good, but then it seems, oh, I have a Meek evil character. What am I gonna do with this guy?
right.
There's not
right.
a lot of. It'd be really cool to see some Meek support for defense, like how
Yeah.
there is for offense. Like not being negated if used by a Meek. It'd be really cool to have a lot of that on defense too to kind of balance it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it'd be kind of weird having like flip evil characters and stuff, because like they didn't really do that with any of the LOC, like Kings of Judah and stuff. So I feel like the Meek side is supposed to kind of represent their like, humble side, which, bad guys usually aren't that.
Yeah.
Um,
If you are humble and you're a bad guy, it probably means that you're a bad guy. You did not
exactly.
get a sequel in your movie.
Yep. So here's what we're gonna do. I think we're going to play this one, grab that one, and play that to take away that Punisher.
Darn it. That actually made it not feel so bad for turning over Confusion of Mind as soon as it activated.
Yeah.
Then I drew right back into it. Now I feel the regret again.
Yep. We're gonna bounce my Mary, and then we're gonna play her on the special ability side.
Here comes David.
Well, actually,
Don't play Noah. Don't play Noah.
Yep. We're gonna go with Noah. I'm gonna convert him to Meek, and I'm going to shuffle Damascus because I'm feeling like I might end up searching a little bit in my discard phase here.
You don't say. Hmm. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna go Messenger of Satan
Seems good.
to draw X. That's number of good brigades in battle. Can you remind me how many that is?
It's at least 9.
At least 9.
I don't
Yes,
know
okay.
if they've added any in GOC yet.
So I'm drawing 9 cards. So let's just do this is a draw 7 and then 8, 9. No extra souls for you.
What?
Then I'm gonna
That's the only
ban.
reason I
Then I'm
did
gonna.
this.
Then I'm gonna ban to this. and negate your Miri.
He's prevented by Noah though.
Oh, he is. Oh, nice. Well, I'll still ban.
All right. Uh,
And I guess that gives you initiative now.
cool. I was counting on that.
I was so thinking I was about to negate your Miri and then just pop him with Martyr. I was feeling good about it.
Yep. Let's see. So this is only while I don't control a good enhancement in battle. Um,
So when you play one, then it gets martyred.
yeah, pretty
So you
much.
don't get the salt right away here.
I do have to. Well, I do have another option. Um, if I just play my enhancement, then I play the good or an evil chronicles to discard it. No, I'm just kidding. um, yeah, I think we just do it this way. I'm gonna play a good woes and negate messenger.
That's not fun.
Oh, oops. Forgot my Book of the Law search. Maybe I could have found something in there.
Oh. Maybe did I just move back? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think you had 4 in your hand before you drew.
Okay, so one more. At least someone's keeping up.
Well, I looked to see if you would hit a hand limit, and I was like, oh, right now he had like 6 cards when I looked earlier.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that
This is what I should have
only one of the
banded
cards you
to.
had was orange, and
I should have banded to Goliath to kick him out. Oh well, I guess that would be harm. He's protected.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so I will, I guess, die.
Woohoo.
Alright, I guess I don't mind giving Noah a soul.
Woohoo. It's only fair, I think, right?
Yeah, considering
Yeah.
that my ultimate goal is to get them to ban him.
To ban him? Is that just...
Yeah, or to errata him.
Um,
Like the worst thing, well, it's not worse because I enjoy it, but like the crazy thing is the fact that, and it's pretty cool that he's rainbow colors and the rainbow and all of that symbolism, but to have 9 brigades and be able to play any enhancement on him is a
yeah.
little stupid good.
Well, that's where the, you know,
And the fact
cards
that
like
you just have,
Messenger and Outsiders come in.
yeah, but then you have woes. How many times do those cards not get woes?
It's true.
Like 0? It's like Pagan Sailors. As good as it is, every time it hits the board, it gets, negated.
Yeah.
Or Persian Horseman.
Right, yeah. I think we're just gonna grab Chronicles here. Send that to the bottom. Play Emmaus Road. And I think we grab the compiler.
So you're seriously going to negate my exiles?
Oh yeah.
You're not going to let me use it?
Can't let exiles happen. And I think I'm also just gonna play Solomon's Dream. Might as well. And
Damascus would be really clutch right now. That was
yeah,
like
there
just
was
a
a
random throw in for the draw one, but like considering people are going to be searching decks like crazy.
right, yeah. Yeah, there's a reason that I didn't want you to have that one. Um, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I will pass.
All right.
See how much soul gen you worked in there.
0.
Except for mayhem.
57 cards, 0. But also throwing it in last minute, I am running a Kings, like add to battle idea deck here, and forgot Gates. So
That's yeah. I suppose we can forgive you on the soul gen part, and then we'll just hold it against you without the gates.
yeah, I feel like that's more fair.
I feel like everyone forgets soul gen the first time that they build a deck, and then they just have to play one game where they get soul droughted, and then they
Oh
fix the
yeah, I
deck.
need this. That or every deck that I've built, I end up, even though I don't include either shipwreck or destruction, one of the two. Because a lot of times the first run, they're neither one of them are in, and
Yep.
then you play somebody and you need one of them or possibly both, and you're like, I really got to get them in. And you're like, do I need this martyr? Do I need it?
Yep.
It's a constant back and forth.
Yeah, I'd be tempted, I think, to run shipwreck over martyr right now, just because of the prevalence of like Noah's Ark and Sheol, and there's
I'm
just
going to
not too many ways to
look
deal
at
with them.
I'm going to look at the top two and take one.
It's nice that you can top deck or underdeck the rest. Nice
Yeah.
little filter card, so it's like even when you're not, getting all of the value of drawing like you would with the old throne, you're still getting like some more card selection.
Yeah, and the star card or the star ability of them here, especially considering it's deck or reserve, so it's not really affected by the deck rule or the
Right,
reserve
yeah.
rule. It's pretty good for grabbing David early,
Yep.
no matter which David you're using. Although Outcast Refuge turn one off of that isn't quite as good because you can't ban to the reserve anymore
Right,
that
yeah.
first time.
Yeah, that was nice. Even like pre-rotation, it was like you just grab Outcast Refuge, then you ban to Ishmaya, and you get a draw two with the big CBN band.
Yeah, when we were recording the episode and they brought up Ishmaya and Brad went, boom, that card is.
Yep.
And what's crazy is he'll admit that they're broken, but if there's a chance for him to play them, he's playing them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
To to where like I'm a little stubborn to where like I'm like, oh, this card I get tired of. I get tired of like Joshua, and I'm like, I'm not gonna use Joshua. I'm tired of that card. Falling away is the same thing. Like
yep.
I would almost refuse to run the old falling away before rotation in tournaments, and then it's the reason that I lose. It's hard headed
Yep.
stubbornness.
That's what Derek was saying too. He was like, yeah, you just didn't run it out of principle.
Yeah,
Well, you want to make a battle challenge?
I'm going to play Babel.
Oh, man.
Yes,
As a
sir.
site.
Sorry, Mary.
Playing it as a site, right?
No, characters.
Oh,
I don't need the evil character from reserve yet. Look at this guy. You'll like this guy,
ooh, pretty.
Jeshua.
I do like that guy.
And then can't really hurt me for searching right now, right?
You
You
could
don't have
underdeck that
soul.
Exiles.
I guess I'll use this. Two. crazy is I don't even think I have another target.
Other than martyr.
Well, I had also delivered in here. Plus,
Oh yeah,
I
and
have, I
overrun
have,
by Philistines. Yeah,
I have flood in reserve, but I don't want to grab it with this. So it's like I'm just underdecking this card.
yeah. You got your
So
chronicles, and you got your martyr and delivered and overrun. Yeah, it's funny.
yeah, I had a lot of targets. I just don't have them anymore.
Right.
Someone wouldn't let me play with them.
No Sheol in there.
No.
Yeah, it's a card that I'm kind of like, if I've got room, I'll use it. But
Yeah, it's crazy what all you can't fit when you're playing 57 too.
yeah,
'Cause it feels like at 50 you've got a ton of room, and then you start adding cards and you're like, no, there's really not room because at 57 you add the extra soul and the dominant, and then you're really only adding 5 value
yeah,
cards.
yeah.
Not that the soul and dominant isn't value, but
I feel
it
like
doesn't necessarily support you for regular play.
when you're playing 50, it's probably because you have like a centralized theme that you're already like, you know, built into, and you know what's good. So you don't really need all kind of the extra fluff cards. But when you're playing 57, you're like, oh yeah, I need that. I need that. Oh man, I don't have room for
Yeah.
that now.
Okay, so I'm going to go and hmm, okay. So I will convert this card to Meek to draw 2 battle challenge. Hey, look, there's a lawless. There's a
Wow.
Forsaken. So, more money would be on
What's that?
lawlessing you,
Seems good.
because that wouldn't search, but that kind of messes up what I was doing.
Well, found a lost soul. I get to take an evil card. Hmm. And they're negating all my characters. It's kind of a bummer. Um, I think we'll just
But I can't
take.
interrupt your Esau.
What's that?
I can't interrupt your Esau.
Yeah, but you can prevent him, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
take the
I'm
Serpent's
just trying
Curse
to talk
here.
you into him instead of the curse.
What's that?
I was trying to talk you into that instead of the curse.
Oh,
It
yeah.
didn't work. So I was going to ban to this guy. I will ban to him still, but I guess I won't play my storehouse from reserve.
Fair enough. Um, alright, well, guess I'll block with my stubborn heifer here. My initiative.
Hmm. I will say no. Um, this is really dumb.
Those are the kind of plays we like to see.
Yeah, it's not going my way right now. I'm going to play a dominant. I'm going to martyr this guy.
Wait, he's protected though by your Mary.
Oh, he is, because he's meek. Oh man, that hurts. Can't even cheat to win. Okay, go ahead and ignore me.
I will ignore you. All your heroes.
Okay, I just got my storehouse. But then you would have just held it for next turn. So
Yeah, I mean, at least you got something out of it. Maybe use something.
Damascus is back, and I'll pass my turn.
Ooh, Damascus is back.
Oh no, it's a remnant.
So interestingly, Mary actually protects your Meek heroes and territory too.
Yeah.
Did not realize that. Um, I mean, yeah, I should probably grab that guy from reserve. Huh? Well, actually, maybe not. Got that dude.
You could grab my Joshua since
That's
you like him so much.
that's probably what I'm actually gonna do. I'm just
Yeah,
making
because you
sure
get the
here.
top deck with both of them all.
Exactly.
Come, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta do it.
Him and Acom. You
Uh,
got you getting the band back together.
oh yeah, it's all coming together. We're gonna lawless myself.
I
Hey,
do
look,
think it's it. I do think
exiles.
it's interesting that you have. Of course, you get to use yours, but I do think it's interesting that depending on what other decks you've played, there's three guys that do the exact same thing, negating neutral cards, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody plays the one for whatever deck they mainly have played. Like people that played White or Ruth, they use Obed. I played a lot of Genesis. I play Enosh, and you play the one for post exilic.
Well, I mean, there's another reason for that too, which is that I also run
Oh well,
Zervable, so
well there's no real reason for me. I just throw Enosh in because it's what I do.
sure. What artifact do I want? I think this one probably makes the most sense here, right? Uh, yeah, let's do that one. I don't remember if you have animals in your reserve, but that's alright. Okay, now upkeep. We're going to put 3 woes on that babble of yours over there.
Okay.
Seems pretty good. And let's go
I
ahead
will
and
say this game is going pretty much exactly how I thought it would when I told you I was throwing a deck together.
get so many counters, but I'm finding answers for them.
Well, that and also the fact that you soul gemmed until this very moment where you're just torturing me with the fact that you get all of your abilities.
Hey,
So
hey.
the residual kicks in and hits my exiles to start the game. It's been sitting there torturing me the whole time. You get your remnant, your lawless, your exiles.
It's
I mean, I
a,
got I get to use lawless too, but
it's
you
a,
you get the point.
right. That's, I guess, the risk that we now take with, exiles, the reserve rule and stuff. But yeah, I'll go ahead and grab my behemoth here with Covenant of Philistia. I don't know. I don't remember if you have any animals to grab.
I do, but I don't want to grab it now. I don't get to draw two.
Alright, fair enough. Um, alright, so everything works on my side except for banned abilities. If I search my deck, you get to draw a card.
That's not how
Um,
your band abilities work. Your Vacum.
oh
So
yeah,
you
you're
have
right.
to.
All of my
Come on
stuff
now.
works.
Yeah. All this stuff I have is just like I don't know. It's I'm like the best buy of decks right now. Like you walk in and you look at it, but then you go home and you order it on Amazon. You're Amazon. You're just fulfilling orders. I just have
just
people looking at my pretty toys and I can't use them.
just got all my next day delivery stuff right here.
Yeah.
Um,
Call me postal service over here.
and I've got like 4 options right now, all of which I like.
See,
Um,
that's the kind of things you don't have to say.
I know, but I kind of do because it's funny. um, all right, so Do I need Book of the Law? Um,
At
sure, we'll
least
just
my
go ahead
lucky.
and we'll bounce your Goliath.
Okay. At least my lackey looks better than yours. I have the art from the tabernacle in my background. Really nice.
That's true. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd probably just get distracted by that. Um,
It's funny that it's got all that fire on it because I'm currently getting burned.
I think we just well, okay. No, we'll play the Holy Spirit first. Make you feel a little bit better because I've got a weird card in my deck. Then I'll
When your New Testament hero enters battle, put your deck or discard pile for fruit of the spirit enhancement.
and then I'm gonna attack with an Old Testament hero.
But you're going to ban to a New Testament hero. Is,
Well,
is
I'm
that,
gonna convert him to Meek to draw two. I don't know if there are any post-exilic New Testament heroes.
you have
Um,
one right now.
I'm going to.
Make him the compiler.
What's that?
Make him the compiler's a Matthew reference.
Yeah, but he technically Old Testament in his.
I thought it counted as both. I thought because the reference gives you Matthew, so New Testament.
I
And
think
then
he's.
OT adds that identifier because it's not implied from the card reference. I think it's both. Because I'm pretty sure that people use, is it Mathon or whatever?
Matan, yeah.
Yeah, they use him to get around like the red dragon block because he's got a Matthew reference.
Around the Red
Or
Dragon
is it
block.
King Tower? Whichever one from OT Heroes.
Well, I mean, if he's still OT, then I mean, even if he is both, then King of Towers would still be
Oh, yeah.
protected from him.
Hmm. I remember discussing this with Brad, and we came to the conclusion that was why people were using it. I guess I didn't think that through
Hmm.
because it was popping up in a lot of like the Warriors deck, like Red Warrior aggressive decks, and couldn't really
Sure.
figure out the main reason for it other than you have another Meek guy, a Meek
I mean, I
flag
think
guy.
the Soul Gen too
But
is.
yeah, yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense too. Again, haven't played much since National, so completely rusty on actual cards.
Yeah.
I just talk about them a lot.
Um, but yeah, I guess that would be something I'd be interested to know. I know that they'll be considered gospel heroes for any like cards that reference
Huh.
the
Post
gospels.
exilic will.
Yeah, or I mean, if they have like a reference from like one of the four gospels. Um,
Well, if they count as a gospel card, then they have to count as New Testament because I mean, then you have to reason to people why gospel cards are considered Old Testament only. If that was the case, that they were only Old Testament. I really do think that the OT identifier is just to include because when you look at the reference, you assume it's New Testament, and then you add the reference of Old Testament just to include that as well.
hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That would
I could
be
be wrong.
interesting to see.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask about that. But anyways, yeah, we're going with Joshua, banding to my Nehemiah, and I played Storehouse from my deck.
Okay, so that was just one search.
Yes, one search.
Hmm. What to do? What to do? You did one search and you drew just two cards.
I drew like in this battle. I drew 2 from Zerubbabel, and I drew 2 from
The
Cunning with
retired guy.
Philistia earlier in the turn.
Okay. Okay. Let's shoot for the sign here. So, want to use the draw ability this turn, you can draw X, so that's 4.
That seems pretty good.
And you can't negate this one. If I want to use the search ability this turn, you may take a card from reserve. You will be putting up 1 soul. Not that it really matters.
Better be a good one.
The the ability to take something from reserve would require you to have built something good into the reserve. I just want to remove it all with Voice of Heaven. Voice of Heaven now.
Yeah, I mean that's
Oh, man.
that is kind of a definitely a side effect, I guess, of the reserve access limitation. Is I feel like I built my reserve with a bunch of cards that would be
You
fine.
built it like a sideboard, so
Yeah,
if you didn't get the cards, it wouldn't hurt. And I did the same thing. But now when I really need a card, that card's not there. And normally it would be. Like I took out, I'm running Philistines, and I took out Fikel from reserve because I wasn't going to be able to get him turn 1. And then I took out something else. I'm not real heavy on the weapons like Brad does with Philistines, but
sure.
I did have a weapon in here that I took out because you get Deceiver or Armor Bearer first turn. You want to go to reserve, but then you can't.
Yeah.
So I just relied on the Goliath in the deck.
Yep. Hmm.
Who all is protected? So your Meek are protected from
Zerubbabel's,
Nehemiah and Mary.
yeah, protected from evil cards and from harm.
Your numbers are pretty beefy.
Yeah, I'm like a 24, 22.
Yeah, and of course Jeshua's broken, so he's like cannot be negated in battle.
He should just be cannot be negated altogether. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
that card really irritates me because playing Genesis and seeing the like watered down version that we got over here in blue, it's like he doesn't do anything cool. Top deck a Genesis card, you can draw it. Oh my goodness, thank you,
Genesis
thank
has
you
too
guys.
much already.
Yeah, but they have so much that doesn't do anything. There's not like a consensus like okay, this is a really strong deck from this. There's like
Noah.
I don't know, it's like throw a lot of stuff on the wall, right? But who's using Noah with Genesis support for real? You're using it with a concoction of Old Testament and New Testament, not really Genesis.
Yeah,
So he's a splash guy.
right.
I think I'm just gonna die here because I
Um,
don't see any way that I'm going to. I can negate characters and enhancements with bringing fear, but that doesn't do anything because you don't
are you not
control
taking
one.
anything with or from reserve then, or
And I guess I could take. It's just a card, right?
yeah?
Yeah, so I could take Storehouse.
Which means technically you
Yeah,
don't even have to show me, but
yeah.
and I'll go ahead and
But I
underdeck.
just want you to know how bad it is in the reserve. You saw it.
I'm gonna go ahead and underdeck my exiles then, and then I will. Well, I guess I did that in the reverse order before, but I'll use my Book of the Law. Won't forget this time.
Fair
Um,
enough. You can't get Son of God, so it doesn't hurt me that much.
just because it's got to come out sometime. I suppose now is probably a good time. I'll search for that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
You're going to play a new card?
Yeah, does it show up correctly for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your big spoiler here?
Yep. That's the big reveal.
Nice.
So harvest
I
time.
was I didn't react really at first because I didn't know if you in error included that because you were playtesting.
No, that's why when you were like, "Is Humble Seeker the only card that you added
Oh,
to
okay.
this?" I was like,
Yeah, you did.
uh,
Yeah. So it's like
sort of.
a number. Play that number of lost souls from each deck. Each deck.
So I'm going to select four. I don't think there are four in either of our decks, but that's
The artwork on that card is fantastic.
I know, right? Um,
It's also cool that he's holding a tool that, if I'm not mistaken, is used for cutting down crops.
harvesting.
Yeah, like what you would do to take the stuff to the threshing floor.
Ooh, yeah, good call.
Yeah,
Uh, I guess I do actually have four.
that's a plug.
Oh yeah. So those are the four from my deck. We're gonna.
So are you going to be sharing this on Discord
I'm going to be. Yeah, I guess probably
or
I'll.
just telling people to watch your video?
I don't know. I mean, I might share the image after a little bit, just so it's easier for people to access. But
Yeah.
gotta.
Well, if I knew you were going to have a spoiler and you were going to be driving traffic to your channel, I would have given you a better game here. I would have played a starter deck.
Then I wouldn't have needed it though. Now I gotta make use of it. It'll actually be helpful, I think. So yours are negated by Akeem. That's that's kind of the thing that I'm worried about with Harvest Time here is that you just play it when you have like your Akeem or your Enosh out.
Yeah, like imagine with the reserve rule, even if you don't have that, you get all the ones out that have trigger abilities.
Right. Yeah, so that was.
Because you can play it at any time, right?
Yep.
There's no kind of limitation, so you can play it from the deck as soon as the game starts and get all of their triggers out, and they don't get to use their triggers
Yeah, all
if
the.
if they target the ones that target the reserve or whatever while they
Right.
have that restriction.
Yeah, so I was thinking like it would be, or my kind of thinking behind it was I put all the like if put in territory or put in play ones in, and then all of the ones that just have like good
Oh,
static abilities like Forsaken and Distressed and Humble.
and then you just pop those off early to control the
Yeah.
game state.
So now open hand. I'll take a look at your hand here.
Although they don't always lend themselves to controlling the game state, as you can tell on my side. At Best Buy
um,
over here, come in the store, look at it, and then go to your side and order it from Amazon. Save 20%.
yeah, I can see why Best Buy over here is looking a little slim on defense. Of course, the downside is that you rescued my imitate, so that was kind of the big thing. Like I wanted, imitate with open hand every turn.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll go ahead and top deck my Solomon's Dream with Exiles.
Rumor tells me you're going to be able to imitate a card advantage also in the future.
That's possible. I mean, you can already imitate Lawless. That's one of them.
Yeah,
That was
I
the
heard.
one that I was like, I feel like it's good enough where imitating this is merits including it, even though it's if you draw
Rumor
it.
has it. Rumor has it. That's all I'll say. That there's a better one.
You think so?
I guess. I should go ahead and start building up the reputation that since I have a podcast now that like I dig up and find things that I'm not supposed to know and then never reveal the sources. So I just become the hub of information
Yep.
that I'm not supposed to have.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's all. That's all my effects here. Um, Yeah, I was very careful not to like hover over harvest time in the intro when I was showing over, like showing the deck, but I'm sure people probably noticed it sitting in there, just wondering what it
Yeah,
was doing.
that's a that's a pretty good looking card.
I like it. It's
I
a
still
common
I
too.
still think I still think that my favorite card so far that's been spoiled, other than Gates of Hell, because I'm glad that it's coming back as a legacy rare.
Hmm.
Although honestly, it almost seems like it's going to be OP with the way that Tyler was talking about the demon support at the Tennessee, I think it was regional or either state tournament. He was
Mm.
talking about it, and it made it sound really good. And then that's about the time they were like, "Oh yeah, Gates is going to be a legacy rare." And then it's just like, okay, demons are just getting everything, get all the toys. But
Yeah.
Transfiguration still looks like the most interesting of things that I've seen.
Oh, for
The fact
sure.
that you can, the fact that you can take any random card from a theme and bring in two powerful heroes.
Hmm.
That's one or the other. I mean, you don't have to run both, but you
From
get
pretty
to,
much anywhere, and it cannot be negated, and it interrupts. Like, yeah,
yeah. So you go with Noah. You know, my boy Noah. You convert him. You decide you're not going to win this battle. Okay, and then you go and you interrupt, cannot be negated, band in Elijah to choose the blocker, bring in a different person, and then falling, not falling away, but Angel of the Lord,
yep.
or you use obviously beforehand, you use falling away, all that stuff. You know the stuff that y'all did to us in teams and nationals.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, ripped my heart out. Mm. So I guess I'm just dying here because there's no way I'm beating you.
But
I mean, I can
yeah,
waste an enhancement, but it wouldn't do anything. So I
seems reasonable.
will give you that one.
Cool, cool.
'Cause I don't think any of them's gonna matter now that they're out and Akom's here, and you only need one more.
All right, so let's go ahead and play this Emmaus Road, and let's see what's left in here. We've got a Joseph. Grab that. Um, I'm just gonna leave my deck open for a second here. So we're gonna play Love Righteousness. Go get this music leader that's been waiting to get my Humble Seeker back all game.
That's another thing. Like you can run Meek cards, then use Humble Seeker because it's Clay to play Transfiguration.
It's true.
Like
Although I
you can
feel like,
literally throw that card into a ton of things.
yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, if you're leaving Humble Seeker in battle, then you're probably doing something wrong.
Yeah, probably.
um,
Unless you're just baiting them.
that's true. Yeah, just like maybe they've got like Signet Ring active, and you're like, oh man, I don't, you know. Actually, I guess maybe not Signet Ring. That's not rotation, but you're like, oh shoot, I don't want to search into Sheol. I guess I'll just stick with Humble Seeker. Wink, wink.
Yeah. I think with the reserve rule, the way it is, if there was like a random legacy rare of Nazareth, one isn't that the one that just keeps you from searching your deck? You could get that off turn one.
Right.
Welcome to the win.
I'm gonna play this Wages and grab Carcasses for my reserve.
You know, if you look at the board, it looks like it's an even game. So I can take solace in that.
Yeah, that's true. Um, I'm gonna put Peace on Noah,
Of course you would.
and what am I at? 9 cards. Um,
It's crazy, even with all your searching and things. Like for the most part, I've been right there with you on like hand advantage,
right.
and
Yeah.
I've got 15, excuse me, 15 cards in deck to your 16. But the momentum has been with you the entire way.
Yeah. Your Damascus has definitely been helping you keep up a little bit.
Imagine
Um,
that and treacherous land.
that'd be good. Let's go ahead and put down the serpent, and then I will pass.
Finally.
I know you can have another turn,
No,
at
let's
least
go
one
ahead
more.
and let's get this loss out of the way. Okay, so upkeep. I will say too the thing I made the point of on the podcast. So it was, I think, my first rescue that you put your woes down. Is that right?
Woz was on my rescue.
Oh, yeah, your rescue. So I went, and then you went and you put it down. So basically, your first turn, right? And you've had it the whole game, and I haven't gotten to mine. And not that it's been major swing, but it's like one of those resources that if you get it early and the opponent doesn't, it just helps swing everything in your favor.
Right, yeah. I mean, like, negating your babble is
Yeah,
definitely something I needed, which I'm glad I ended up playing it as good because that's actually, I don't know, I feel like playing it as good is usually a pretty big risk earlier in the game, but I figured it was gonna be worth it to get the soul and negate your D9.
okay, I'm going to look at.
Um, to be fair, I did draw it off of your mayhem, so
Okay, well, right. So I'm going to look at top two and take one. I guess I'll put that on bottom. I don't think it matters. Put this guy down. Like, here's that cost benefit thing of, oh, storehouse is down now. Can't use it till next turn.
yep,
That's why I like the soul better. Even with the ability to get it off the board quickly or negate it.
right.
Um,
Yeah, I've always been kind of like
my Mass Road.
not as I mean, like early on when Storehouse was released, I was like, yeah, it's pretty much a staple. But I've been thinking that less and less.
Yeah, I
Um,
think with LOC they printed those. I know it's at least Moabite Messenger, and there was, I think, one more that punished you for having your hand protected or whatever because you couldn't do the thing, and then it was either cannot be interrupted or cannot be negated.
right, yeah.
And
I'll grab these two off of your Emmaus Road.
there you go, your humble seeker. But
Yep,
everything's out, so who are you? I
nice
guess
back.
does it exchange the territory too?
Nope, deck reserve or discard pile. So
So you can't really use it.
that's what you think. We'll
Who
see.
would you have in the reserve? I'm about to play my Meek Bravery of David on you. Look, I got this off of my draw four earlier.
Feels good.
Um, oh crud! I should have used Jonah.
Well, you didn't. You
Nah,
technically wouldn't have
yeah.
been down when you did the Emmaus Road search, so
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
he's also negated by distressed.
This guy, but Meek, Meek. Let's see.
Read this card to me to take an OT artifact, OT site, or good OT fortress from deck.
Hmm. I will say that I think Chronicles of the King cost me when I got rid of Book of the Law.
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm
it's kind
going
of
to
a risky play, I think, but
I'm going to go here, convert, go and get good card. shared meal.
All right.
Then I will band to. Wait, here, let me close my deck real quick. I'll band to Meek Noah, and then I'll play a dominant. I'll play the second coming. We go to my deck.
I see what's happening here. That's cool.
It's not because the card's not in here that I need. I think I played it one less dominant than I was supposed to.
Oh no.
Throwing the deck together last minute. Let's see.
So is I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out.
7 dominants in here,
Oh.
and I'm supposed to have the 8th, and the 8th was supposed to be right on victoriously.
Well, we can pretend you got it somewhere in there if you
Okay.
want.
Okay, sure. We'll pretend that I just played it, and then I'll play paired meal. Go to my reserve and play the flood.
Discard all cards in the field of battle except flood survivors and evil cards in play in set-aside areas.
Yeah, so that's your whole defense there.
I like it.
Welcome to King Noah.
I would have liked Impartial Judgment more, but
It's in the reserve,
yeah,
but it didn't get rid of quite as much here, I don't think.
right. And I also have Storehouse, so
Yeah. And nothing was
it does hit your Babel and your Garrison though.
my negated.
Oh, and Damascus. That was like a Romans destroyed Jerusalem, basically, right there.
Harlan just gets removed from the game, so it can't be negated afterwards too.
Ah, yes.
That was one of the cool plays that was in and out of the Noah deck when I was doing it, and I decided that it's just easier to have the Authority of Christ promo in there as the board wipe. You
Right.
don't necessarily need a Noah that's not preventing cards. You can do it through his prevent with hidden treasures.
Yeah. Although
If you already have it
hitting
here.
Sheol still, or like cards like Sheol still seems pretty good, and like
Yeah.
curses or an evil woes.
I think that's something that people don't talk enough about the Flood deck. Like Jay never even brings it up either. It's the fact that it's like all evil cards
Right.
set aside as well. Everybody talks about like a new beginning being a benefit to it, but
Mm-hmm.
having a board wipe that just doesn't just hit territory hits set aside too, pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna see what Firefoxes here can do. And doesn't look like there's any sites for me to shuffle, but I will protect the lost souls. So I don't think anything's negating my distress, right?
Why would that matter?
Oh, because you've got Melchizedek.
Oh yeah.
My initiative.
As much as it pains me, yes, you can die by the numbers.
Actually, do I want to play that?
Does it matter?
No,
There
I
is
get,
no falling away, so you can. That's the cool thing about no falling away. You can like know that your play's solid, and that everything you just did isn't going to be undone.
right, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's like having the comfort or like security of having Guardian on the table without having to have Guardian on the table.
Yeah. Which I mean, kind of stings. Like on my end, like burning all those resources and doing that in a turn where falling away existed, and then as soon as you get the soul, they're like dominant.
Right.
Nothing angered me more. I'd rather lose to love at first sight.
Yep.
Let's go pagan sailors. And this guy. That puts me at 8, and I'll pass.
Guessing Pagan Sailors is Crimson American.
Oh, Crimson American. We'll say he's I guess you select the nationality and brigade separately. So we'll make him Crimson Philistine.
Nice, nice. All right. Get to play that Seized by Babylon on somebody.
You know, I had that earlier, and I was going to play it before you negated um, my band from Messenger of Satan. I was going to do Seized by Babylon with your Noah in battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you negated it before I could.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
also
nah,
have
can't really let that happen.
I also have so I have Seized by Babylon in here, and the only Crimson character I have in main deck is Pagan Sailors.
Hmm.
But the reason is lurking goes to Charioteers of Seer in reserve and banishes whatever good
Sure.
enhancement has put you in SI. So you banish that. And then if they've used the draw or search ability, you play an OT enhancement. You play Seized by Babylon at that point. Cannot be prevented. Do your thing. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus with the ability to get to it with Deceiver as well. So
Yeah, I
even
think
with
that
only
makes
the
sense. I
one,
mean, Seized is like definitely one of the best evil enhancements in the game right now, or in rotation.
yeah. And if you're keeping up at home, that little combo of Charioteers of Seer can be splashed in any deck. Because lurking is multi-brigade, you play it on anything, and you don't have to play the enhancement on Charioteers when it comes in. It just says you can play one. You can
Right.
play it on whatever brigade you normally play.
Yeah, there it is for
So it's a
people
two
who need.
card. It's a two card weapon that interrupts and plays. So you replace. I mean, you don't get the draw, but you
Right.
still get to interrupt and play whatever you want. So if you have a really good enhancement that you never get to play because it's a standalone card, it doesn't interrupt and it doesn't negate, then you use that to interject it into the battle.
Seems good. Let's go ahead and put this woes on your sailors.
See what I mean? Every time he comes out. And of course, I do have Endless Treasures down here that I haven't used the whole game because I was waiting to try to get Pagan Sailors. Even if I'm going to lose, I wanted to do Pagan Sailors to activate. Um,
Flanks roll.
yeah, if John is here, or you can do activate from your artifact pile Endless Treasures to get it.
Right. Yep.
That's one of those theory combos that everybody thinks of, but nobody ever gets to pull it off.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's go ahead and use this Covenant of Philistia to grab Leviathan.
Okay, I will shuffle your.
Jonah's negated by Distressed.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Would you
I'll
like to take
shuffle
an
your
animal though?
distress. No, I would not like to give you a music leader trigger for no reason.
I'm actually not sure if that would, 'cause I think you wouldn't be using the ability. I would just.
I would use the search ability, but it wouldn't be my search ability. I think because of the way it's worded.
I'm pretty sure that like shared meal, it was ruled at some point that like shared meal does not trigger music leader
Hmm.
if you play it, like, and your opponent takes an enhancement.
Like I know that if I make you draw, then it's not you drawing by your ability, so it wouldn't trigger something like rain becomes dust if I mayhemmed you. Which a lot of these examples are going to have to be brought up to rotation level because everybody thinks of
Old
full
cards.
card pool for examples just because they're natural,
Right.
I guess. But anyway, so like you couldn't mayhem somebody into that, but I thought with the wording that technically you're still using the ability, it's just not your ability. Because most things say if they draw by their ability or whatever. I don't know. I don't think it's consequential here.
Yeah, I mean, the only two cards that involve music in my deck are both in my hand, so. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. There's one more. I guess I should have searched for it last turn when you were doing all your shared meal stuff.
You have to have a Royal Parade in there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, with Noah.
Maybe. Anyway, I'll draw two from Philistia. I'll put down that artifact.
Not that I know that it is completely plausible. I know that Jay thinks it is, but I told him that King Noah dies with the rotation, and he's like, no, you use Gates of Jerusalem, and every one of the negates cannot be negated by a Meek character in Colosseum. And
Okay.
then you use Gates of Jerusalem to add if they do get rid of him. And so something in there, but I can't. Every time I go to build it, it's like 70 cards. He's like, okay, just get all this in there, and then I'm like, okay.
Just put all of these cards in there, all 70 of these.
The support isn't streamlined. It's like pulling from four or five different areas and trying to just throw it on the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
Like before, where it was like I go into battle, I top deck all of my battle winners in reserve, and then I get to draw them immediately with Jeshua, Threshing Floor, or Throne. And then you know what I have in my hand. I'm coming into battle, and okay, you know you're going to lose the battle, so you decide whether you want to block and give me the draw, or you just let me get the soul.
Right.
That was all streamlined. I can't make the other idea streamlined, and it's probably a failure on my part, not necessarily the strategy behind it, but
You'll figure it out eventually. Let's try out Love Righteousness here to grab Justice Seekers. And so you got Martyr, you got Bringing Fear, which can negate Mary.
what would you have?
You got Seized.
If you come in with your Meek person, they're going to be protected. So Martyr doesn't do anything.
Well, not unless you, if you play.
Oh well, you have Peace because you were crazy and put Peace on Noah. I forgot.
Well,
And now
I
when
mean,
you come in, you control an enhancement. So you'd have to come in with, I guess, Zerubbabel's your other Meek.
yeah, but then you just play Bringing Fear and negate Mary, and then you play Martyr.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know why I was thinking that said negate characters and get enhancements in battle.
Oh yeah, no, he does everybody.
Yeah, that
Um,
seems that seems good. I really do like that new High Priest plot, sliding into black defenses, give it a versatile negate.
yeah, yeah, that seems pretty good.
I think we've actually traveled back in time a little bit. We were like the starter decks when we were first learning how to play. It was like just a battle of negates, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of battles of negates coming. Like I think isn't Overcome the one that's the reusable negate,
Yep,
the clay and white, and
yep,
then you have Covenant with Adam. Those cards are gonna be more usable now.
yeah, it's gonna be good.
In theory, I think that's also me not seeing um, what's the card or what's the set called? GOC. Is it Gospels plural or Gospel of Christ? I don't really
I
know it,
always
and every
forget.
time I see it, like I never think about it. Like, okay, it's GOC. That's how it's referenced. Like I don't think in my head, oh, gospel or gospels of Christ. I would
Right.
assume it's plural, like everything else is.
Yeah, I forget all the time, so I don't remember. Um, let's see. I think we're just gonna. I played Solomon's Dream to grab my ride on Victoriously Awesome Things,
Okay.
and I think the plan here is we're going to bounce your. Actually, no, we're gonna bounce. What do we bounce?
Pagan sailors, pagan sailors, pagan sailors. Bounce
We're,
the sailors, bounce the sailors.
we're gonna bounce your armor bearer,
Oh man.
and then we're gonna do what we came here to do and attack with Joseph, and I'm gonna exchange
I
to
see
my
where this is
deck
going.
for Legion of Angels, and we're gonna be a 22/22 protected from harm Legion of Angels coming at you.
That does seem pretty good.
I'm gonna make you play Christian Martyr on Legion of Angels.
Are you?
Well, I don't know. We're gonna try anyway.
Hmm. I'm gonna come in with this guy and exchange him to my discard pile
Mm-hmm.
for this person who's protected from all heroes. Oh wait, I revealed no. I
Uh,
revealed to all none and shuffled my discard pile.
Unfortunately, though, the new armor bearer says unique Philistine.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
It's
Yeah.
a little silly.
Okay. Then that's an invalid target. Hmm. Okay, well, since I chose discard pile, I'll just keep it and go here. He's the herdsman, so even though that sounds like a generic thing, it's got the in it, so
Yep,
not generic.
a
Kind of
specific group
weird,
of
but
herdsmen.
yeah, I guess. But not a specific within that group.
Right.
That's what I think of them, generic or not. But so you drew two from Philistia.
Yep.
Is that the only two you drew?
Yep, believe so.
Draw one, two, and then you use the search ability. So I want to take something from this terrible reserve. Why not take Flying Scroll?
Sure.
Okay.
Your initiative.
Alright, I will play this thing.
Yep.
And so that would get rid of peace if I'm not mistaken, because it would negate the place.
No. This piece
Since you
was
said it's all.
the place was. I mean, for one, it cannot be interrupted, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
two, the place can only be negated in the same phase that it was played.
Oh, because it's I guess the instant part of.
Right.
Okay. So Mary is negated though.
That
Correct.
is correct.
Hmm. I will deck your angel.
Ooh, found the falling away, huh?
Double dominant block here.
So
Just to make you edit this video even more because I'm sure I've taken a lot of time. Just the fact that
hmm.
like besides that September tournament where we played 3 rounds, this is I guess technically the fourth game. Since there was 3 there. Fourth game since Nats. Like with all the rules changes, like I've jotted down notes and like shells of decks that I've thought about building but haven't actually built any because the
Sure.
rules weren't finalized yet.
Yeah. Hmm. Um. So yeah, I think I do. What are you at now? You're a 8-9.
Yep. I would get initiative. Um,
Yeah, we'll go with right on, and I'm actually gonna add Zerubbabel to the battle.
Rubable.
Wait, it just says a Meek hero. I think I'm actually gonna add.
Noah.
He's big. He's big. All your dudes are big. Kind of want to add one of your guys.
No. You can
Uh,
add pagan sailors. Oh, I'm sorry, heroes. Let me think right. You can add Mary, you can add Noah, you can add Hezekiah. That's 9 and 11, but that's not bigger
yeah,
than your guy.
they're all too big, so we'll just go with my Zerubbabel.
Okay. What to do here? I'll play this.
I think it's
And then
tossed by Goshen.
oh yeah, I forgot you had Goshen covered up with Storehouse there.
Ah, my bad.
No, you're good. I should have been paying attention. So oh well. You get tossed down 2-2. How do you like that?
Uh, don't like it at all. So I'm at 10-6. Still mutual. Um, I will pass again, I guess.
Right. In 6. Now I'm at 8-9. Okay, well I'll toss this too.
Toss for 3. Puts me at 7-3. Let's sure I'll toss an Emmaus Road for 3.
That's not cool. Trying to save my Christian martyr here. Whatever, you can have it. Or you get the block, but you feel like you didn't. 2 dominance.
Good times. Alright, let's put down a Humble Seeker. See, the Matthews Begats is somewhere in my deck still. Feels kind of bad.
That was actually the first ultra rare that I pulled from LOC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was slightly disappointed, but then I threw it in a Genesis deck with a bunch of Meek people. And that's where like the Noah thing started, was because I was doing all this like Meek add to battle and impartial judgment with Noah because he was all brigades. And I
Right.
could play impartial judgment. I could play Royal Parade while having Goshen out. So seemed pretty good.
Yeah. Oops. I think my first was Father Abraham, which clearly didn't have quite the same effect of getting me to play Genesis or something.
Yeah. Well,
I will, I guess,
it's a
take.
curse. It's a curse. Be glad you don't have it.
I did play Genesis in my first LOC only tournament, but
Well, that's understandable.
yeah.
It's when you have the full card pool and you keep playing Genesis, that's when you realize you have a problem. And it was really fun when LOC came out and you had a hidden treasures and the green and warrior side
Hmm.
of Jacob and Abraham. It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
Not to mention the new Noah. Hidden treasures being gone kind of sucked some of the life out of wanting to play those guys.
right.
That and that and losing a soldier's prayer kind of just kills it.
Yep. Let's see. Let's put down foreign wives and then I'll pass.
All right, I've got one, two, three kings of Orientor. I'll look at three.
See, look at that. You're further through your deck now than I am.
Let get it's done. I'm just gonna let you know. I finally got it.
Hey,
Finally got it. I got it. Hold the phone, guys. This is gonna be a comeback.
I'm gonna play
3 hours
shipwreck on
into
your
it.
throne.
All right, let's see. I don't know why I didn't turn this over. I'm gonna turn this over.
Hmm.
Just why not?
I'll allow it, I guess. I don't need my hero
I'll
abilities.
put down Enosh.
Enosh. See, I feel like if I'm playing Zerubbabel and I'm playing Akeem, he's gonna be the one that I'm, yeah, the negate neutrals guy that I'm playing. Because like
Yeah.
worst case scenario, if I have Zerubbabel, I just attack, convert him to Meek, and play Akeem, and suddenly I'm negating your neutrals without, with one card. Although Enosh definitely has a better star ability. Just straight up take a blue card from discard pile so you get your Noah
Yeah.
back, or
And prosperity letting you pitch a blue card.
right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I guess I'm just going to. I'm in with this big guy.
Meek
Gonna pull from
Jehoshaphat.
the storehouse. But
Hmm?
I forgot the storehouse pool.
Alright. Um. Hmm.
Black with foreign wives. Black with foreign wives. Do it. Do it.
So, I'm pretty sure that this is how it would work, but if I were to play a healing enhancement during the battle. Oh wait, no. Okay, we're good. I mean, even if it doesn't work, but I'm gonna block with Bear. I'm gonna look
You
at
do the CareBear thing.
what's that?
This is the CareBear thing.
It's the CareBear.
Isn't that what's his name? Said on Discord recently.
um, yeah, Simon Miller. He was the one who brought it up. Um, let's see. I think it was the first time I saw it was in oh I don't remember what year it was, but it was at Nationals one year in Type 2. Noah, I think, one of the triplets from Wisconsin. Um, they haven't been active a whole lot lately, but Nathan is the one who has been doing like the redemption database thing, redemption DB. So his brother, he was running CareBear in Type 2, and that game frustrated me so much because like I just had no way to deal with it. Uh, it was like everything I did, either, or I think like everything I had was just a discard, and he just, could love right through it. I think I was playing like Judges with like same as Edict or something,
He laughs in the face of your edict.
pretty much. Um, but I get to look at 9 random cards from your hand and shuffle the lamb icon cards by woes. Oh no, you got Starhouse. Okay, never mind. Uh, that was gonna be better, I guess. But uh, my initiative.
Um, how does so his protection is conditional. All souls from rescue unless it's discarded, and that's discarded by ability, not battle resolution.
Also, or battle resolution as well. So if he's discarded by battle
So you just
resolution,
have to find a way to make him withstand the battle for it to protect souls.
pretty much.
Which, if he won the battle, you wouldn't give up the soul anyway.
Yep.
I think I'm missing something there with the original ability there. Like if you get the block, you don't have to give up a soul. You're protecting souls.
Well, but I mean, like, if you play Royal Parade against Bear, then you don't get the lost soul because you bounce it instead of discard it.
So if Melchizedek were to become active right now, it wouldn't. Because his protect is conditional if that is met. If I like Wozed your distressed, and Melchizedek was working.
Um, so I think because Bear
I
is
get because Bear already is in battle. I would assume that goes, but with it being conditional, like is it not waiting for a trigger to see if it's discarded based on the outcome of the battle?
I'm pretty sure they're protected right now, and then if Bear is discarded, they're no longer protected.
So it's an ongoing protect that's already active and just becomes inactive with the discard.
I would think so. I'm not positive exactly.
It's late, so I don't know if I'm overthinking it.
Um, but yeah, I would think that it's like active until it turns off. Um, Also, I guess, yeah, so Gabe uh, confirmed that the post-exilic heroes like Akeem that have the Matthew reference are only OT because of the identifier.
Should have assumed you'd be right on that. Although, to me, like, that seems, I don't want to use the word that everybody throws out about redemption things not making sense. Counterintuitive. The fact that it's got a Matthew reference makes it New Testament by every standard that the cards have already. And then you add an identifier to it. Just seems like in addition, it doesn't.
I mean,
It
like,
almost seems.
I think New Testament is more like, or the Testament I think more refers to, or if you think about it at least, as like the time period, because like Antiochus, the fourth Epiphanes, his reference is from Josephus, which doesn't technically have a testament, so he's considered Old Testament because that's when he lived. Whereas like Caius Caligula, pretty sure he's also Josephus. but he's considered New Testament. Can't spell. Yeah, or like Emperor Otho.
Well, maybe in hindsight it would have been cool to write like OT only as the identifier
Yeah, could be.
because I mean just looking at the card I assume that it's New Testament by default and then it just adds the identifier of Old Testament.
Yeah, although I guess I would think like, the
The exact
I
opposite.
can see it either way, where it's like I see OT in the identifier, I'm like, okay, this character is Old Testament.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
I guess I am going to give you initiative. Do whatever you need to.
all right. So I'm going to uh, die by the numbers, but then I will use love. And I don't know if Goshen would normally toss it because Jehoshaphat is meek in battle, but I'm going to play it on Noah so that it wouldn't be tossed anyway. Heal bear, which instead's the discard.
I think it would with Goshen if it wasn't on Noah,
Yeah, I think so too.
because whoever's using it clearly it has brigades that don't match.
Right. Yeah, and Jehoshaphat's still in battle. Um, but then, yeah, since bear doesn't convert, then I can't place or love, so it will be discarded. And the lost souls are protected.
Okay.
So that's
Now,
CareBear.
now, what is the last thing that happened? The heal.
Uh,
So
yes.
if I interrupted the battle, it would interrupt the last ability that resolved.
In battle.
Just in battle, so the heal wouldn't be.
Right. Also not sure how you could interrupt the battle at this point, though.
Yeah, well, I can't now. I was just thinking with
Oh, like in
awesome
the,
things or
yeah,
whatever. Like obviously I've used mine that I didn't really have in this deck anyway. I was just
yeah.
intrigued
I
by the
think
fact that like
since the heal was outside of battle, then interrupt the battle would not do anything to it.
oh okay. Heal's also another one of those things. There's a lot of it with I guess maybe like early church because then I like Peter heals. There's a couple of enhancements, but it's one of those things that playing for 2 years I haven't. I've seen it done twice now, and you just did it once.
Yeah, yeah. Heal doesn't get used a whole lot, but
I'll put down deceiver and pass.
all right. What do we got here? Um,
This game is going on pretty long. You're gonna have fun editing.
yeah, it is. Um, yeah,
I
we'll
apologize for
see how
that.
that goes.
It's gonna be a Friday release, people.
Nah, nah, nah. We're dedicated to the cause. Of course, they don't know that, we're currently recording at 1 a.m. on the Thursday of the release.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
something
mean,
with the
this
podcast.
is like, no, it's actually Sunday right now. Uh, yeah, we're just planning way ahead.
Sunday afternoon. Yeah,
Yeah,
we actually plan in advance, but that's like with the podcast. Like I've done a couple of like intros, and I usually do two or three at least before I settle on one that I'm gonna use or whatever.
right, yeah.
And it's like, how you doing? Happy Monday night to you. That came up at one point. Like when you hit the record button, you never know what you're gonna say if you didn't script it at all. Like you didn't think about it beforehand.
Yep.
And um, I did one where like I made sure I was like, okay, I don't want to mention the time, the day. I don't want to mention anything. And I got through the entire intro, and then I was like, thanks for joining us tonight. And I was like, shoot. because I assume if I release it in the morning, most people's gonna listen to it that morning or some point during that day.
Right.
And then, but I just didn't want like a reference to time. So if somebody goes back and listens to it, I don't know. Not that that's really tacky. I don't
Yeah.
think people really care. I feel like it's tacky though.
Yep. Something to get used to, I guess. I would always say like um, saying like good morning or like good afternoon. Yeah. And it's like, well, they can be watching this whenever, you
Yeah.
know. I think we're just gonna leave this Book of the Law active. Um, activate Matthew's begats over there. Turn too late. Um, don't think I'm gonna bounce anybody with Book of the Law. Um, don't really need those. All right, I'm gonna attack with Humble Seeker. I'm going to um,
Your
choose.
woes is staying. Your woes is staying on Sailor.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. We're gonna choose Crimson though, um, and exchange with a Meek hero in my reserve, which is gonna be another Legion of Angels. Only a 12/12 this time. Um, and I will use Holy Spirit to grab love from my discard pile.
Humble Seeker protects you from Crimson.
Yep, protects Meek heroes and lost souls from Crimson. Cannot be negated because I had joy on him.
So you get this guy who is protected again by Mary.
Not protected by Mary this time, sadly, because of your confusion of mind.
Oh yeah. Okay, so just this guy.
Yep.
I'll go here and ban to Goliath.
Well,
Cannot be interrupted, so the ban sticks.
yep. So Legion gets kicked out. My heroes in territory are protected from harm.
You can't add.
So yeah, I can't add anyone from there, but I think um, it says if I don't present a new hero, then I think I will. Alright, my Meek heroes defeated. So then I will add with Matthew's begats.
Um, okay, if you say so. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's. I can't see why Legion of Angels wouldn't be defeated, I guess. If I choose not to present a new hero. So yeah, we'll go ahead and add Noah.
Okay.
And you are big. So let's go ahead and toss this Leviathan for or on your Goliath.
Now I am not so big.
Not so big anymore.
Uh, and you're still protected from Crimson.
Yep.
Which would be the enhancement and heroes. So I think that does it. Because you don't have anything I can lose here.
Right.
And then I don't have enough to toss you down.
You're going to have to toss me.
10 and 11. Because if I could play, oh, well, ace toss has all enhancements, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Goshen. So I could, well, no, because I can't get him into battle. Lurking would be tossed.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's going to do it. Because this would have enough numbers to toss you down to where I'm winning.
Oh,
Because
nice.
of
Yeah.
X number of good brigades in battle, but I can't play it here, obviously.
Yep.
And then I can't do that. I could toss you for 1-1. Not
got
that
a
would really, well, actually,
got another 7 I can toss.
yeah, your 10 would still, no, it would actually drop you down to where you wouldn't be beating me, right? Your 9 would be less than my 10.
Yep. Yeah, so it'd be stalemate.
And then you have something else you would toss, right?
Yeah, I'd toss this guy for 7. Oop. By my
Yeah.
spirit.
Yeah. So, pretty good.
And I realized too that hope, like if I hadn't played it as a hero, it's another 7 there to toss. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And this, boys and girls out there listening, is why you do not build a deck last minute and why you do not play after nationals for 3 months.
Yeah, even too much
And
talking on the podcast, not enough playing.
yeah, I've been talking about playing, so I feel like it's the same. But then you get into the game and you're like, no. Like even good players, like you go, and I don't know that I consider myself good, but after go, you could go like 2 weeks without playing, sit down to play, and you're like, oh man, I missed this, I missed that. It's like, I don't know. It's like you don't rub your mind on whatever sharpens it for a while. It gets a little dull,
Yep.
and then you just got to get beat real bad.
Hey, you know,
Yeah,
whatever it takes.
we'll make it official. We'll put that there and make you 5-1
Thank you.
for the people at home so that they can see that
Well, I'm actually just
you
kind of
did have
glad
a
you got the
great.
block last turn so that I could get the CareBear off at least once.
Yeah, so you can show that.
But all right,
On
well, that's oh yeah, we're about a little over 2 hours now, so
yeah,
that's a long game, but hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Uh, I think it was kind of weird how similar our decks were on offense, but pretty cool how, you know, a few differences there.
yeah. I will say that every time that you beat one of my guys, well, I also didn't go in with the kings because I didn't have the gates of Jerusalem in the deck. I
Right.
think that would have changed it just a little bit, the add to battle, but it's neither here nor there. But if you guys don't like the long run time, we'll keep it a little bit shorter on the podcast so you can just roll over.
There you
I
go.
wasn't,
Yep.
yeah,
Is that what the plan was the entire game? You're just like, how can I make this game go a little bit longer and then make the
just do it.
podcast seem better?
Yeah. I will say though, I looked at your YouTube channel the other day. Let's see. Yeah. So you know you are at 97 subscribers.
I know.
You, you,
We're getting
how long have
close
you
there.
been there? How long have you been there? Because I've got 7. If I could loan you 3 of them, I would. I went from
um,
0 to 7 in a week, so I feel like I'm doing good. The
I
guys at work
was.
keep making fun of me. They're like, "You're not even double digits yet, boss."
I'm pretty sure I looked, or last time I looked, it was like 92, which was maybe like a week or two ago now. So,
Yeah. So if you're watching the video and you haven't subscribed,
yeah, better do that.
you're a
Maybe you'll be the
loser.
100th subscriber, and
Yes, he's
maybe I'll do
giving
something
away
special for
half
that.
his collection to the 100th subscriber.
I mean, if it was half my
By half his
collection.
collection, he's giving you the classic half.
Yeah, it's like cards wise, that'd probably be fine value wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So, all right.
all
Well,
right. Well, thank you, John,
yep.
for joining me, and thanks everyone for watching. And hope you guys enjoyed the game, and we'll catch you all next time.
Yeah. Maybe next time there'll be a better deck.